All right, welcome back. This is the final stage of the guest cycle. This is going to be the checkout stage. This is where after the guest has checked in and they stayed in the hotel, they've consumed a few things in the hotel. During their stay, there's some activities, whether it's spa or cafe or even having breakfast, whatever it may be, the room rates, all of those are going to be charged or being put into the guest's folio. And then now when the guest comes down in the day of their departure, they go to the front desk and they say, check out, please. If you are the person standing behind the counter during that time, this is the steps of what it is that you have to go through in order to successfully check out the guests. So make sure you follow through. Now, in this example, we're using Miss Jennifer Lopez, who was staying with us, and we're going to check her out right now. Let's go. So here you go into the front desk. We click on departures. If the guest tells you her last name, we will go for that, or if we go and decide to do it with the room number, you can. We search, we find the guest's name, and then here we go, Miss Jennifer Lopez. What do you want to do? You click on I want to, check out. Here you can also go into billing. Both of them works. We can go into billing for this stage. As you can see in the billing folio, you have different windows on the right side. This is window 1 that shows currently a certain amount. However, sometimes you can post other charges in another window, separating it from the first window. And the reason for that is maybe the guest is coming in with the company and the company is willing just to pay for the room. However, anything else, it has to be paid by personal. So you can always split them into different windows. And here you can create up to 8 different windows, which is pretty cool, I would say. So here you can see that we're posting the charge for the room rates. There's $143 in window 1. Window 2, there's nothing there, but we can click on window 2, and then here we can actually say that maybe the guest had breakfast and it wasn't posted. So here we're going to maybe post a breakfast charge. So and here we'll find the breakfast code. We find breakfast, select it, and then the amount. Let's say the breakfast was $20 or $25. And then we click apply charge. Now you can see that there is a 2 section of viewing this. We've split view 1, window 1 with window 2. And we can see the charges in window 1, which is the accommodation, and then we can see the charges in window 2, which is obviously the breakfast. You can pay those 2 windows in complete 2 separate method of payments, one with cash, one with credit card, one with both with cash. Like, it's up to you, and it would completely show 2 separate folios. Sometimes guests like to do that for business purposes. And then here we're posting a charge of $50. If we made a mistake for whatever reason, let me rewind back for a second. This is extremely important, this stage right here. When the guest's in the window 2, let's say you have here breakfast. Let's assume that you wanted to adjust this. You can fix it. You can fix it, assuming there was a complaint, the guest wasn't happy, you want to reimburse. So you can provide a percentage as a service recovery of 50%. Yes, you can do that. I mean, in many cases, the guests will come to the front desk and complain. And when a complaint happens, you have the authority based on the position that you're in and the how much delegation your manager gives you. If you're allowed to, we call it service recovery, to be able to do a recovery for a complaint, because one of the rules of thumb here is you never want to leave. You never want a guest to leave your hotel, unhappy. So you can discount. So for this example, we're adjusting 50% from the breakfast, assuming that the guest was just saying she wasn't happy with the taste, or it was too cold. So here's the process to do the adjustments. You click on that post, which we saw. We click on adjustments, and then you have to always provide the reasons. And so here's, let's say, management agreed to give 50% discount. So here, management decision for service recovery, very important, from a complaint. So you have to provide that type of feedback for record purposes. And then you go ahead and you post that. When you post that, it will show now, rather than breakfast being $25, it dropped to $14. And that is where the guest will be like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate, you paying attention to me like this. These small things do matter. So if everything is fine with the total from both windows, you inform the guest, you go ahead and proceed with the credit card that you have on file, and then you go ahead and you start charging the guest. And then here you'll notice now it's a zero balance. If we go ahead with the second window, we can change the method of payment or use the same card. Here we're using the same card, and we're settling the folio again. Zero balance. So here you have zero balance on both. Go ahead with the checkout, and voila, we have successfully zero balanced the guest's account. And that is the right way to check out a guest. You can never, ever, ever let a guest leave without a zero balance unless there's other reasons we do not know about from the manager. And then here is what a folio would look like. It shows you the breakdown description of the discount that we gave her. You see, we adjusted from $25, we gave 50%. And then you can see the additional charges. We used the credit card ending 4 digits. This is the 4 digits amount. And then here now we have a total of a zero balance. There is no other charges that we have. We have successfully given that guest the folio. And then we go back to where we were. And that is exactly how you successfully do a checkout.